Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What's up, everybody? Big Kirk Prison Talk. You tuned into another episode of one of the dopest shows on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed, you're a motherfucking weenie, man. Hit the subscribe button. When we hit 500,000, we're gonna give away $1,000. And second place, flat screen. Third place, a commissary package. So support, subscribe, go to the website, fresh.series.com. Shoot us a message or shoot us an email at fresh.series@gmail.com. One of our viewers was asking about the Antwon Rose story. If you aren't familiar, Antwon Rose was a 17-year-old who was fleeing from police, and he was unarmed when he was shot in East Pittsburgh. Sad, sad situation, man. This young man was, they said, an honor student, wasn't a bad kid. He just was scared, man. He was scared, and so when the car got pulled over, he decided to run. He posed no threat, brandished no gun, but yet he was shot in the back by police multiple times. They said, you know, supposedly, I don't know the actual incident. The 20-year-old guy who was driving, he was actually released. So, you know, the driver who was driving the car that he fled out of, wasn't charged with anything. And then somebody asked the police, why are they shooting? The person recording the video, they're like, you know, all he was doing was running. A lot of people now are investigating this and why this cop decided to shoot this kid. You know, I've seen them where they have guys, man, and, you know, they're tasering them and they're doing all this stuff, and they still don't pull out a gun. Now, this is a black kid running. What could he have done to provoke, you know, the shooting? I mean, it wasn't like he had fled a murder scene or they seen him previously, you know, brandishing a firearm. It's just a really sad situation, man. And I think, you know, that there needs to be more training with a lot of the law enforcement in these communities. They need to get out their cars, go and meet the people of the community. You know, quit being so scary when it comes to dealing with people of color, whether it be brown, black, yellow. You know, there needs to be more police interaction. I know there's some good police out there. Not everybody's a bad police, but, you know, the good ones, we don't get to hear from them much, you know. We hear from them here and there on different things, but we hear about a lot of the bad ones. And, you know, when you have somebody who randomly in their window and they happen to catch this on video, now what if they hadn't caught this on video? Would this cop admit it that he committed a wrongful act? I don't think so. I think he would have played it off, you know. Luckily, somebody caught this on video. And, you know, this has really changed the game when it comes to policing law enforcement, because there's nobody watching the police. A lot of times things go on and, you know, yeah, you got some people who are actually out of pocket, but if you can use non-lethal means to arrest a man who goes into a newspaper office and shoots 5 people, you could arrest this man. And you can't arrest a kid? It doesn't make sense. This guy shot 5 people with a shotgun in, I believe it was Maryland, killed 5 people, injured others, and he got arrested. He's in jail in custody. You know, you got the kid who went into the church and shot up, you know, I forgot how many people. He got arrested. The kid who shot up the high school, he got arrested. Come on, man. You selectively decide who you arrest. It shouldn't be like that, you know. Everybody should be treated equal. People, I don't give a fuck if it's in a high, you know, considered a high crime area, if you're patrolling that area, know that area. Interact with the people there and create some type of, line of communication. We shouldn't have this shit going on like this and then everybody just like, oh, whatever. The guy gets paid leave and then, he gets maybe a desk job. It's bullshit, man. We need to take more responsibility. The police need to take more responsibility in training these guys. And, there has to be other means to handle situations like this. A lot of times I almost say that we almost have to have a class to teach young black men how to act when they interact with the police. You almost have to take a kid and say, look, man, you're black. So if you see the police, talk like this, sit up like this, carry yourself like this. It's almost like a rite of passage, man, because, yeah, I know how to communicate. I have a little bit more of a way of, speaking and talking to these individuals, but a lot of these people who maybe aren't as laced up or as educated in that area, they automatically come up with a defense. And when they come up with this defense mechanism, it's seen as a sign of aggression and the police act on it. It's just like they say, don't resist, don't resist. When you say don't resist, your body clenches up. So every time they say don't resist, you're tightening up and they're beating the shit out of you. Well, fuck, man, I'm not resisting. You're already beating the shit out of me, but you're telling me don't resist. So I'm trying to make sure every time you say that, I'm bracing myself for a fucking blow. Come on, man, you know the fucking game. It's a psychological game. Don't resist, bust my head. Don't resist, get shot in the back. Shit needs to stop. People need to come together. Black, white, Mexican, Hispanic, Latino, whatever, Asian, everybody, this shit needs to stop, man. We need to have some more dialogue and we need to have better communication. It shouldn't be just a state of aggression out there anytime you see somebody. I know a lot of times, crime scenes could be very challenging, could be, adrenaline pumping, but dude, we gotta do something about this. Young kids shouldn't have to worry about dying like this, man, out of fear, Communication's a key, and I'm all for it, man. Law enforcement communicating with the communities, opening up some doors, and let's change this whole policy of shoot now, ask questions later. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.